Hi there, this is Derek from Pacific Coast Auto, and today we're looking at a very special Nissan Skyline R32. This is a one owner in the 25 years that it's been around, and it's got only 33,196 kilometers on it, so extremely low mileage, just over 1,000 kilometers per year. This could be the best condition R32 that we have exported, and so let's take a look at it. First up, the engine. Engine seems to be in good running condition. There's no signs of rust inside the engine bay, which is something to watch out for, especially on the seams, like right here, where the two pieces of metal meet. Everything under the hood looks to be in stock condition, other than the fact that it has adjustable dampers here and a Nismo strut tower bar here. It does have a lot of peeling on the intake and on the valve cover here. This is pretty normal for the R32s. It happens over time. The paint gets old, and when the engine heats up and cools down, they start to flake off. I've never seen one with original paint that has not been peeled like that, and so it's just something to take care of when you get the car. It's missing the cover for the coils here. Some people like to take the cover off for the looks of it. It's really up to you if you like that or not. Those covers can be replaced pretty easily. Overall, under the engine bay looks to be fine. Coolant looks very bright. Looks like it's been changed recently. Also, if you take a look at your clutch and your brake fluid, it both looks in great condition. Looks like the brake master cylinder has been replaced because it looks shinier than the rest of the engine bay. Okay, let's lower the hood and we'll take a look at what the auction inspection sheet says. Now, the inspection sheet is what we base our purchase off of. It comes from the auction, and it's inspected by a third party, not from us. Okay, so 1990, August, Skyline GTR. This is the auction grade 4B. So B is the interior grade. 33,196 kilometers, and the dollar sign here refers to a comment here, which I'll get to in just a second. 5-speed, automatic air conditioning, alloy wheels, power steering, power windows. The seller wrote this: HKS Sports exhaust, Nismo front pipe, front tower bar, Nismo gauge cluster that reads to 260 kilometers an hour because the stock one is only 180. Something shocks, but I can't read that. I don't know. K Albus shocks. In the standard translation for this, before we bought the car, it probably says the correct one, because if there's something that I can't read, then our staff reads it for me. One owner vehicle, 33,196 original kilometers on it. Brake master cylinder and clutch master cylinder and release have been replaced, so I guess that's what I was just talking about there. One owner, purchased from user as a trade-in. The original gauges on this car were changed when they were at 1,559 kilometers into a Nismo unit. This was done at the dealer, and it has the history paper of when it was done, proving the kilometers and how much they were when it was changed. Now the gauges read 31,637, and so it's very slightly different. Owner's manual, warranty papers, JASMA certificate, which allows you to have the bigger exhaust. Let me just show you. It says that this exhaust is within decibel limits, which is something that, this car is going to the States, and the States, I guess it is a state-by-state basis, but cops will always give you a ticket for exhaust that's been changed, and they don't have a smart system like they have here in Japan where you can certify your exhaust, and it just seems like a money grab to me, so it's something that's really, I don't know, I don't like. BR original computer. BR something, the writing is too small for me to read, something computer. Original shocks and catalyzer come in the car. Now I've already taken those out and put them into my car. Now this is what the auction inspector said. The wheels have corrosion and scratches on them. Now the wheels are an aluminum wheel, and so a lot of people don't know what aluminum corrosion looks like. This front wheel has it, but let me just show you the back wheel because it has it more. So aluminum corrosion will show up kind of like this. Take a look there. So these wheels don't commonly corrode. and so that's a little bit unfortunate. Seat wear comes with winter tires, which is beyond me why they have those, and in fact they need to be changed because the tires are cracking on the outside of the lugs, and they don't have the dates on them, so we don't know how old they are. Rear seat upper side has color fade. Front side member scratched and dented, which is on the underside of the car. It happens from hitting like a rock or something while you're driving. Underside surface rust and has been painted, and various scratches and dents. The body here shows a couple of marks where there are small dents, U1. This one looks like a C1, but it's not. And we actually discussed with the buyer why that's not, because these front fenders are made out of aluminum, and so there's no way that there would be corrosion on the aluminum front fender there. Okay, so that's what the sheet says. Let's take a look at the body now. So the Skyline R32, almost all of the ones that we're exporting are in gunmetal. I think about half, or maybe even more, 60% of the first year of the R32 were in gunmetal. The next most popular was white, and then the next after that was black, and then red, and then blue. The blue is only like 1% or so, and the red is something like that as well. And so, really uncommon. Still, the black is an uncommon color to see, and so it's nice to be exporting these uncommon colored ones. This one's got an aftermarket rear wing that you can see there. Now originally in the auction pictures I said that that looks like the R33's wing, and it's not. It's actually an aftermarket unit that is styled to look like the R33 GTR rear wing. I believe the springs are aftermarket lowering springs, but I can't tell for certain, especially because the car is on an incline here and the front is going to be lower because of that, but it looks like it to me. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the damage in the car. Now I did check both side panels in detail, and you can see a couple of the small dents in it. Now I'm not going to show in detail on this one because I've already got that in another video, but just to show you here, this is what it looks like. A couple of other things that I should mention. First off, the front bumper is the Nismo front bumper, so it's got those extra holes in them to feed the intercooler. Right there and there. Also, it's got the front spoiler here on the hood. Now unfortunately, it looks like they used the wrong screws to screw it in, because it's got bumps in 3 spots here. It's got the stock headlights, not the N1, and it's got the orange markers on the side. A little scratch in the marker there. Windshield wipers are nice and black, not rusty. And something that's pretty important, especially on these R32s, because it is a big deal. All the window gaskets and the weather sealing is in perfect, immaculate condition. And this is important because these pieces are not cheap to replace. Even if you were to do it here in Japan, you'd be looking at spending a couple $1,000s to replace all of them. And I've looked into it. Especially the windshield, because of the way that the windshield sets in here, there's a very high chance of breaking the windshield when you remove it. And so the fact that this one has everything in immaculate condition is a super big bonus. Okay, so it's got the original sticker from where it was bought, which is Nissan Prince Kanagawa, and so it lived its life in Yokohama. This is the light up illuminated license plate, which is an optional extra if you want to pay an extra 50 bucks. The side skirts and the rear spats, I believe, are aftermarket units. You can see the rear spats here and the side skirts there. Now, the side skirts are deeper than the original ones. Okay, now pardon me because the car is so dirty. There used to be an antenna on here that's left a mark. And the rear wing, it looks like it's getting tired after so long. If you take a look closely at it, you can see the fiberglass is starting to show through. So that is repairable, but you may want to just change the rear wing instead. Now it is an adjustable wing. I think it's got like 4 settings. You can take a look in here. Okay, Okay, so on to the interior. The interior is really good on this. Really, really good. The interior is one place where the R32 will suffer when they get 25 years old, like this one. But because of the low mileage, this one is in great shape. Original steering wheel, original seats, just the way Nissan wanted it to be. Seats are in great shape. The driver's seat has a tiny bit of sag, you can see in the bottom cushion here, but it's not really noticeable to the touch, it's only visually. Got some wear here as well. The bottom cushion here isn't worn out, which is a common thing to see on the R32s. It's got a boost controller here, and the boost controller was glued on to the side here, but has since fallen down, and so looks kind of like an old style. It's HKS, so you can set your high and your low boost if you want. 31,640 kilometers, but we know there's actually 33 something. Extra boost gauge there that's actually not hooked up. Power steering feels a little bit strange. Clutch feels like an aftermarket heavy-duty unit. It's got tape deck. Yeah. Never been smoked in, which is a huge thing because almost all of the GTRs have been smoked in. This is nice and tight. Shifting feels good. The boots look like the original ones and are in good condition. And there's a mystery switch. I have no idea. Maybe ECU switch. These vents here have melted somehow. I don't know how that works, because I've never seen that before. I've seen probably about 20 cracked ones. Never seen a melted one. Carpets are in good shape. Driver's side has the foot pad. And the back seats are good. Now I said that there's color fade on the top of the back seats. Super common because these don't come with tinted windows. And if you take a look down here, there's a little loop here next to where the seat belt goes in, and so this car has had racing belts in here at one point. Okay, just want to mention here, there is some paint damage on the door here. There's a tiny bit on the other side in the same area. Right here. Besides that, the car looks to be in great condition, which is pretty amazing for a 25-year-old car. So that's going to be the end of the video. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, send them in the comment section or send me an email. Thanks a lot, and have a good day.